Tonight, a 911 call for help. A son trying to protect his mom from her boyfriend. Denver7 investigators are now asking if the police department lived up to their pledge to protect and serve. Chief investigative reporter Tony Kovaleski is here tonight with the untold story of a murder-suicide in Littleton. And Tony, sources tell you that mistakes were made.
Well, ultimately, and that's why they reached out to Denver7. Here's the situation. Shortly after 2 on a Wednesday afternoon this past January, Christa Benton was murdered moments before her boyfriend turned the gun on himself. But serious questions center on a call for help some 12 hours before that murder. Tonight, Denver7 investigates.
Littleton 911. I need an ambulance at 5537 South Grant Street.
That call came from behind this door, inside this apartment.
My mom and her boyfriend got into a fight.
A son trying to help his mom.
She's screaming about her neck right now.
They woke us up that morning to hear my mom scream.
18-year-old Tyler Jukes made the 911 call after finding his mom on the floor.
So I helped her up. It's like he pulled my hair, put me on the ground.
Tyler wanted his mom's boyfriend arrested, but records show police spent just 27 minutes inside the apartment.
They didn't want to be there. And they just did whatever they could as quick as they could to continue on with their night.
And there are also questions about how much time police spent on this report. A record of the call that concludes, lacking enough probable cause, no arrest was made at the time.
Did the police department do its job?
Not at all.
2 hours after police left the apartment, Tyler's mom, Christa Benton, went public with the altercation, writing on Facebook, quote, "That a-hole tried to break my neck on my way to the ER."
I was texting her. I'm like, are you okay? What's going on? Are you filing charges?
She also sent a series of texts to one of her best friends.
And what did it say?
I'm on my way to the ER. Dave tried to break my neck.
At Littleton Hospital, medical records obtained by Denver7 show doctors examined Christa Benton for a physical assault, and after a CT scan, they diagnosed her with a cervical strain.
You needing an ambulance?
Yes.
5 hours after leaving the hospital and just 12 hours after Littleton police left her apartment,
5539 Grant Street?
Yes.
Christa Benton called 911.
I got this shot.
Calling to report her boyfriend David Fallon had shot her.
Okay, help is on the way.
Paramedics rushed Christa to Littleton Hospital, where she died from the gunshot wound.
Part of me has died with her. And I can't talk to her ever again. I can't call her. I can't see her.
Did you expect police to arrest David that night?
Yeah, I was on the ground.
She called them for help, and they did everything but.
Hey, are we getting any press on this, any press requests on this?
Yes.
We are. Okay.
That was a somewhat telling moment on police radio in the minutes after the murder. And records uncovered by Denver7 Investigate show that night Littleton police should have known there was a history of domestic violence calls to the apartment. We located 5 prior calls to Littleton police detailing escalated conflicts between Christa and her boyfriend since 2011.
From what I understand, the cops had been over there, quite a bit.
My mom and her boyfriend got into a fight.
We played the 911 calls and showed the police reports to domestic violence prevention advocate Dora Lee Larson.
Should the Littleton Police Department have done more that night?
Absolutely, I believe that they should have, no doubt.
Are you still fighting?
Yes, pretty badly.
Is it physical or verbal?
It's both.
Larson says statements by Tyler and his mom about the physical abuse that night could have led many Colorado police departments to make an arrest.
How is it physical?
Pushing and hitting.
So she says that she was injured. If the son is saying she was injured, he heard that, and the other son was saying that, seems to me that's a lot of probable cause right there.
Should have been arrested?
I believe so, yes.
This is also telling. Records analyzed by Denver7 Investigate show the decision by Littleton police to not arrest David Fallon that night is not unusual. Since 2014, Littleton police have made arrests on domestic reports just 27% of the time. Compare that to Denver police. Same time period, DPD made an arrest 71% of the time.
We're going to talk to the chief of police in Littleton. What should we ask him?
You should ask him why, when my friend called them for their help, she didn't receive it.
What do you have to say to the police chief in Littleton?
Nothing nice.
We wanted to ask Littleton Police Chief Doug Stevens why his officers spent only 27 minutes inside the apartment with a history of calls about domestic violence, why they did not arrest the boyfriend before he became a murderer, and why his department only makes arrests on domestic reports less than 30% of the time.
Should the police chief in Littleton have to answer our questions?
Yes, absolutely.
And perhaps most important, we wanted to ask Chief Doug Stevens why his department apparently altered this report. Look close. After the 27-minute call, the officer originally wrote only one sentence: allegations of physical contact, but no evidence. Then, after the murder-suicide, that single sentence grew to 6 paragraphs over 2 pages.
Does that bother you?
Yeah, it seems as if, you know, it was changed in order to maybe try and fix something, maybe cover it up for their shortcomings.
But Chief Stevens ultimately declined multiple requests to answer questions raised by a domestic violence prevention expert and questions raised by Christa's friends and family.
You know, he and his department made a mistake by not doing their job that morning, and it cost me my mom.
Colorado law requires police to make a mandatory arrest if police believe a crime occurred. Now, for this moment, Chief Stevens has avoided accountability for what happened to Christa Benton. Her friends and family want answers, and we intend to ask those questions to Littleton's police chief in the coming days. Stay tuned, an update will follow.
We're counting on you. Thank you, Tony.